Hi, it's Chris Titley here. As part of the Morgan's conversation, we welcome back Jamie Pherous from Corporate Travel Management. Jamie, welcome back.
Chris.
Jamie, we were here last year talking about the success of corporate travel. What's changed in the last year or so?
Well, I think we just continue to execute, right? So we had a very strong year, particularly in organic growth in terms of winning market share, and that's a function of our value proposition. So what we've said all along is that we know around the world clients want a mixture of service, technology and return on investment, and wherever we get that right, we tend to outperform in terms of market share gains. Then you overlay scale on that, and you get sort of super outperformance, I guess, and that's what we're sort of seeing in ANZ and Europe, that very, very strong outcomes last year because the value proposition is very strong and we've got the right scale, particularly in Australia. And I guess what now is just a technology that's really rolling out, and the way we're developing that technology, we're doing it all in-house, in-region, to make sure we capture the local nuances. So, for example, what Americans want and need and what Europeans need is very different to what we'd know in HQ. So we think that's the barrier, how we've broken down and getting really great results.
And how big is the market global basis? I mean, I think you're number 6 in the world in terms of
it's funny.
travel.
We're now number 6. I mean, when we listed, we weren't even in the top 200.
Yep.
You know, in terms of 8 years ago, and yet we're that's around 6 billion in terms of run rate of sales, but the market's 1.4 trillion US. So it's an enormous market, and that's the opportunity for us. And no one's ever got it right. So for us now, if you look at our strategy this year, it's still about organic growth and winning market share, but getting to that optimised scale with acquisitions where we need it, particularly US and North and Europe. And once we get that scale right, we know we can really, I guess, optimise our organic growth opportunities in market.
And how is technology changing that? Is it making things smarter and quicker and faster? And how do you look for, when you're making acquisitions, that technological overlay?
Well, I think it's more about what we're doing internally. So technology is important, it's an enabler, right?
Yep.
The idea is to make it easy for your customers to transact with you, but easier for your people as well to service the customer and to make that seamless. And we've been very successful at that. And the outcomes of that is you tend to win and retain more customers, but you're freeing up your people to do the very complex things like, for example, clearing a wait list or getting a late checkout, all the things that are really difficult to do online. So it's freeing that up. And that's been very successful for us because customers want both. And then the idea now is as we make acquisitions, we've got the business practice, our meeting rhythms, our systems, and our technology. We've really got something to overlay too to get really value and extract quick value out of an acquisition, but it's really adding value to the acquisition's customers and staff, and that's the art. When you get that right, it tends to work out very well.
Jamie, you've performed exceptionally well since listing. Where is corporate travel going? Where is this business going in the future?
Yeah, we've got a long way to go. I mean, I keep saying that every year, and it's turning out to be true, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we listed 8 years ago at 350 million in sales. Now we just did a bit under 5 billion this year. We're run rating at over 6 billion. But it's such a big market. The biggest players, 40 billion. And that's not really that big in a $1.4 trillion market. So for us, it's about getting our base right in each region and just really growing, because the market outside of Australia and New Zealand, we're about 15% of the market. Everywhere else, we're under 1% of the market, yet we're the 6th biggest in the world. The opportunity is immense. Corporate travel structurally is getting bigger. The internet means companies can start tomorrow and be overseas in a heartbeat, and travel is really important as part of that. So it's a good industry to be in, right?
Jamie, it's always a pleasure to have a chat. Congratulations on another great year, and look forward to it next year.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, mate.